It's another volume of Diarrhea of a Madman. This one's going to be a little bit less, I don't know. I'm trying to fix this sound. So I noticed in the last one, if I started laughing, you couldn't hear it. I was laughing at the Iraqi dinar that I thought said 50 instead of 50. And it just sounds like the audio cut out. So now I feel like I have to go like NPR. Like, remember that skit on SNL? Am I dyslexic? I could be. We really paid attention. That's a lie. I was kind of smart. I just didn't apply myself, according to everyone. Anyway, I'm giving you guys another episode because I'm not sure if the wife and I are going to be able to put one out this weekend. Maybe Monday. We'll see. So, hope this podcast is finding you well. And hope you're doing cool things, maybe getting off work, going to work, or just in the bathroom, fucking taking a shit. I don't care. I'm just happy you're listening. So, because I'm doing these shows back to back, I really don't have, much to bitch about. Do I? Life easier with me. She's a good girl. But I did make some notes. First one on there is headbutts. Not sure why. I just put it down. I think they are awesome. I think they are a desperation move. If it is not a desperation move and it is just a full on, then that's the kind I like. And they're pretty much undefendable. I mean, because most of the time when you get headbutt, it's because that person's arms and legs are locked up, they're like close or whatever the case may be. A well laid headbutt will fuck somebody up, break noses, they'll drop. However, there are consequences to said headbutts, like being completely dazed or also fucking yourself up. So if you're going to headbutt, uh, do it wisely. I don't even think there's a martial arts that trains headbutting. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. I'm not saying I'm any type of martial artist, but I know people that do things, and it's not something that is taught. So it can't. I don't want to call it a lost art, but I think we should use our heads more as humans. Just use our head. Why not? Fucking there, right? Left, and right. Okay, that's my thought on headbutts. I love them. I'm a big fan of them. Uh, I would like to do them more often, but also I'm too old to just my. Who cares? Anyway, too old to fight. I'm actually getting too old to like, watch. I'm serious. UFC now does it's oversaturated. There's a fight every fucking weekend. There's the training shows that happen during the week that they just over dramatize because it's a bunch of dudes on fucking testosterone. Um, yeah, man, UFC is. I liked it at the very beginning. I remember the first time I ever saw UFC. I was a young lad. I was hanging out with my brother Mike, and we went over to his buddy Tim's apartment. Tim was his best friend. Tim was I think he was a kickboxer. This was in the 90s. He was a good fighter, from what I heard. But I mean, in his apartment, he had a big, heavy bag, and we were over there, and I think they were having some beers. I think I was too young to be drinking. I would sneak up here and there, but he put in this VHS tape, and it was UFC. Like, watch this. These guys just fight, and it Um, I remember him telling me a story. One guy was going in, so it couldn't have been UFC one. It's a little bit later. But one guy was going in. He had a, I forget who he was, but Tim told the story. He's like, dude, that guy in a earlier round or whatever, he had a ponytail when he went into the match, into the octagon. I'm not even sure about that. When he went into the ring, he came out without one. It was a time when you could do anything but like couldn't gouge the eyes, and you couldn't bite, but you could pull fucking hair, all that shit. This was back when like they would match up like a karate guy versus judo. A lot of shit that nobody heard about until Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Gracie came around and just started cleaning up everything. But before that, there were dudes. What was I think they put there was a boxer guy. I think they put one glove on. That he only had one glove and his other hand was open. And then he had to fight some like sumo guy. It was fucking crazy. If you can find the old UFCs, do it. They're hilarious. Um, but yeah, that now it's just the I guess the level of talent is so high. Everyone's doing it. And I just recently trying to just watch UFC. I can't pronounce anyone's fucking name. They're all these Russian guys, they're Brazilian guys. It makes sense. These people grew up in tough fucking areas, had tough lives, and they just had to learn how to fight. And I don't know. There's just a fight every week. The belts change. There is no. There used to be hype. I remember going to Buffalo Wild Wings six and be like a cover charge because there'd be like two major fights a year, maybe. This was recent. This was like 2010. I was in recruiting at the time. Anyway, it's just now to the point where it's fucking boring. Everyone's doing it. Who gives a shit? There's so much of it, and occasionally you get a good nose break. You get a good. I want to see somebody not tap in an armbar. That's what I'm missing. I've seen everything else, but recently the guys are tapping before their arm gets broken. I say let's get rid of the tap. Let's get rid of the tap in UFC and let's make it fucking fun to watch again. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Oh no. I had to make just little fucking notes on my pad here. Try and come up with things to talk about because I'm hoping the audio comes through a lot better. Not being a fucking douchebag. Okay. I have I have a list here of my top 9 favorite actors of all time. It kind of fluctuates depending on when I see other stuff that they've done. But here we go. 1 through 9. Number 1, Gary Oldman. 2, Paul Giamatti. Giamatti, I don't know. I don't speak it. Yeah. 3, John Lithgow. 4, Paul Dano. 5, Jeffrey Wright. 6, Jeff Bridges. Coming in at number 7, we have F. Murray Motherfucking Abraham. Ever seen the movie Help Me Out Here, Ivy? Fuck, I can't remember it now. Amadeus. Fantastic. Number 8, Michael Keaton. Number 9, Danny DeVito. That's my top 9. I should have 10, right? But I'm not normal. I only do 9. And then we're gonna skip past my bucket list because fuck that. I got a bucket list that says attend a Notre Dame home game. I've always wanted to do that. It's just never. I drove through South Bend or around South Bend once, but because the weather was so bad, I'm not gonna stop. Plus, everything was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And there were some other ones in there that I'm not going to talk about. Whatever. I have stupid notes in this thing. Oh, here's a note. Why do we let people from the same, like, from the same 10 schools around the world even think this? I think that number is inflated. I think it's the people that rule this are in position of power. The major positions of power in this world are, they I think they come from like maybe 4 or 5 universities. There's Oxford, Harvard, Yale, any one of those skull and bones fucking fraternity, brotherhood bullshit. They're a bunch of closet fucking fags, and all they are. Fucking politicians. Politicians are just, I hate them all. They're all a bunch of lying sacks of shit, and they're not in it for you, but they're gonna tell you that because they need your vote. Anyway, getting off politics. Uh, this I must have been really high when I said this. We are a circle getting better at being a circle. I don't know what that means. Do you something same like as humanity and everything is cyclic. Everything comes around. Fashion, music comes back around, but when it comes back around, it's just a little bit better. So I think that's where that comes from. Like where everything is a circle. We're getting better at being a circle. Um, I need to stop saying it so much. There are okay. Oh, I was watching this movie. Can't believe I haven't. I watched the movie Ronin with Robert De Niro, and it starts out with this saying what a Ronin is, and it's like some samurai who's like samurais are sworn to protect their leader, their sensei, or what the fuck they call it. And if that leader was to die or be killed, that samurai can no longer be called a samurai because I guess they did his fucking job. He's now called a Ronin. Ronin. All I know is this is not what the fucking movie's about. I got De Niro trying to do some like fucking what is it, the Paris job or the Italian job kind of thing going on. Car chases were all right, I guess, for 1998, but none of it. The plot doesn't make sense. I haven't seen one fucking samurai or former samurai, and I hope they're not alluding to that Robert De Niro was a former samurai because that makes less sense than Tom Cruise going over there and being a samurai in The Last Samurai, which is actually a way better movie than Ronin. And that's my take on that. Oh, speaking of movies, I found that was my elbow, girl. Stop. Hit the wall. She freaks out. I found my hard copy of True Romance, 2 disc, special edition, unrated, director's cut. I'm not going to talk about fucking shit that, but this is one of the greatest casts ever. And Val Kilmer's in it. Most people don't realize that he plays Elvis. They never show him. It's just his voice. And yeah, I mean, we got Christian Slater, our cat, Bert Kilmer. They show him. Hold on. They show Val Kilmer on the back, but it's just like the side of his head. That's near the end of it. Gary Oldman, one of my favorites, as previously talked about. Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken. Maybe I should put Walken on my list, or at least Dennis Hopper. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck it. Moving on. I am parched, so excuse me. Talk amongst yourselves. Shit coming up next. Oh, I found this. I don't know if anyone has ever played golf. But I played this course called the Sanctuary in Colorado, and I believe it's a private course. The only way we were able to get on it is because I was stationed at Fort Carson at the time and in a position to put me and my friends on this list to get us to go to this event they sponsored for soldiers coming back from Iraq. So that was a fun trip. They bust us up there. Uh, we got there like 7 a.m. Bar was open. Shotgun start. I don't think they did it for real. They would have freaked everyone out. But hardest course I've ever played. I'm not a good golfer by any means, but they tell you like don't worry about going after balls that you hit into the rough because the rough was like 6 inches high. I'm exaggerating, but there's so many rattlesnakes, whatever. They're like, just forget about it. We'll give you more balls. So it was me, I believe my buddy Hess, and some dude who had suffered a brain injury from I. I think we were a threesome. Not like that. And we're on the ninth fucking hole. This dude's like, I mean, he's still got bandages and shit on his head, but he's golfing. He's a fucking good golfer. Makes me feel horrible that this guy's half his head got caved in by a fucking IED and then repaired, and he still plays golf better than me. But on the ninth hole, this dude fucking shit you not hits a hole in one. And that ninth hole, according to this yardage guide here, was a par four. A par four. I think we were hitting at the shortest one, dude. If you were playing like the pro side, it was what was it? Yards to like 226 yards to point A. Okay, you know what? This isn't making sense. Anyway, this dude fucking hit a hole in one on a par four. We were playing the early up tees. They don't get anything like girl tees or whatever, but and a bunch of people saw it, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, if you ever get to play it, ever get a chance to play the Sanctuary in Colorado, fucking do it. I think the speech the guy gave us when we got there was, it doesn't matter if Tiger Woods was to walk up here right now and want to play 9 holes, we would have to say no. It's invitation only. I believe it was something like the co-owner of Remax, the big real estate company. I guess there was a golf course next door, and he tried to play there, and they were like members only. So he got pissed off and built this sanctuary and made it complete members only. Good for them. I'm time because I got shit to do. Actually, I don't. I fucking mowed the lawn later in the day because I live in one of those states that it gets hot as fuck during the day, and then because it's so fucking hot, that the storms come in at night, and then in the morning, when you want to get shit done like yard work, when it's cool, you can't do it because if you mow in wet grass, it just creates a problem. It just clumps everywhere. So I had to wait till like noon, it was 91 fucking degrees plus humidity, go out there and mow the lawn. I know I'm bitching about it, but I got a riding lawnmower, so I can't be too bitchy. But I hate being, man. I did 20 years in the fucking army. I spent more time in hot places than I care to talk about. And it just, I don't want to be hot anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. I hate sweating, it causes acne. And right now it's dripping into my butt crack. It's a top itch. Don't worry about it. That's, but, hey. All right. You know what? We didn't do titty time like the past 2 episodes. Twitter trending. Twitter, what is trending? Hmm. Ooh, Messiah. That's number one. Praise be to whatever. Oh, it's business and finance. Never mind. Number two, arrest Hillary. What's going on with the Clintons? I'm afraid that I may get on a list killed if I like any of these posts. Oh shit. 1 hour ago, she is quoted as saying, "If I'm indicted, I'll take half of DC with." Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's put her in cuffs, man. Let's see what she's got. I'm excited about that. Coolness. Oh, there's a whole bunch. There's more to it right now, but I just want to know what she knows. So that'd be cool. What's going on with the Padre? What polymer? I don't know what polymer is, but I don't want to talk about it. Oh, okay. Padres apparently made a big old fucking trade about something. All right, fuck sports. Here we go. I'm gonna end it with this. I was going through my old books, and I found a book that my parents gave me, 1996 for Christmas. I know this because they wrote it in there. This is 1996. Merry Christmas, John. Love, Mom and Dad. And as the portable Poe is all of Edgar Allan Poe's writings. Like he's got all his letters, everything, and I have so many things marked. But I'm gonna end this episode with, I guess, the biggest bookmark that I have, and it's a verse. Um, bookmark. It's a verse called. I'm about to get old as fuck on you guys right now. I'm putting on readers. It happens. I just aged. This is so much easier. Okay, so this is Edgar Allan Poe's verse. It's called I I must have marked this as a child. That's whole. It's been one of my favorites. So I'm gonna read it now. Um, it's called A Dream Within a Dream. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore be less gone? All that we see or seen is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep. While I weep, while I weep, O God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? O God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seen but a dream within a dream? All right, that's enough of my bullshit today. Please like, comment, subscribe. Maybe I'll read some more Edgar Allan Poe for you. Uncultured swines. Love you guys. Bye.